Happy and blessed Tuesday night, Team Relentless. Listen, we know the drill. We get to plug in each and every week and listen from the top of the top, the absolute best leaders on our team that are pouring back into us, helping us win and continuing to contribute towards our growth on this journey of success. If we haven't already met, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Myra Ferreira. I'm one of your executive sales directors. I'm based in Tampa, Florida. And I will tell you, I was introduced to this opportunity and has completely changed my life. So I want to congratulate and give a huge welcome to any of our new agents. If you are brand new, go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if this is the first time you're plugging in on a Tuesday. We want to go ahead and celebrate you and welcome you onto this movement, onto this team. Trust and believe, I think this is one of the best adult decisions you would ever make. What's going on, Shanice? I see it. Oh, that's what's up. Let's shout them out. Hey, Altonsha. I'm sorry if I'm killing that. Normally I get the names okay, but hey, Christy, welcome everyone. Let's keep getting the team invited, making sure they plug in. This training is going to be phenomenal. You do not want to miss out. But like we usually do every week, we have these Tuesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Mark your calendar so you're never missing out. But again, remind the rest of the team, make sure they're plugged in. And in the meantime, we're going to start in the spirit of celebration, just highlighting the top agents that have actually expanded our family. This is the 4th week of our volume month. And so far this entire business month this entire month in business, they have topped the charts with our entire Relentless umbrella under the direction of our Senior Vice President, Mr. Xavier Marrero, with expanding our family. You're gonna recognize these names, not only because they're killing the game, they top the charts repeatedly, but maybe they're the individual that invited you. But it's always a person you wanna go ahead and listen to and grow with. Our number 1 spot, and this is for the top agent enrollments, Vice President Bruno Floridor, VP Zandra Valles, RVP Raisa Santiago, Mayra Camarillo, Erica Morales, Lloyd Renee, Dominique Green, Bianca Valles, Kimberly Solomon, and Crystal Marrero. So celebrate them in the chat. Go ahead and throw some flames and some balloons and, confetti, all that good stuff, right? These are individuals that are helping to not only expand the families we can impact, but helping individuals create a legacy for themselves, right? So moving on to our second top 10 list, this is gonna be for the agents with the highest number of client enrollments. This is definitely a powerful season, a powerful time where people are looking for this new year, new transformation. We're still in the first quarter of 2022. And this top 10 list are for the agents who have had the highest number of client enrollments. Vice President Bruno Floridor, Vice President Anthony Kelly, Tina Levon Foster, RVP Raisa Santiago, Zandra Valles, Chantel Ramirez, Bianca Baez, Anthony Winters, Rosario Salazar, and Vice President Dr. Arnold Bogarty. So go ahead and celebrate them in the chat, light it up and make sure that they see that appreciation. We always look to them to inspire us and motivate us. I know that when we see those notifications go off, I mean, listen, you need to learn how to celebrate other success the same way you're going to want yours celebrated in turn. And there's just something amazing about putting that type of energy out there, keeping it positive and making sure that others know you congratulate them. I feel like it's kind of us against the world, but although we typically wait until we have 100 attendees minimum in order to begin our training. I can see one of our trainers, our Executive Vice President, Mr. David Marquez on the screen. I know he's training us tonight, as well as our Executive Sales Director, Jackie Garcia, but give me a thumbs up if we're gonna wait for 100 or what? Are we waiting for 100 or are we gonna go ahead and go? Thumbs down, we're gonna go ahead and go. Huh? All right, let's go. Out of respect for everyone's time, because again, you should know the drill. This is not anything new, right? Still continue to invite the team, but regardless, for those who are here, we want to honor that. Make sure that you can benefit from being connected with us tonight. But for this evening, we have an amazing treat. We're actually going to be on week 4 of our power presentation workshop that has been offered all these past weeks by our Executive Vice President, David Marquez, and Vice President, Dr. Arnold Bogarty. I want you to understand the value behind the training. They literally spent and invested 5 figures just to get access to this information. And they're considering us to extend their hand back out to go ahead and train us and have us come along with them on the journey. But before we get into the power presentation workshop, David, give me a thumbs up. Are we gonna go do the other training first? Yes.
Yeah, we could start. I see we're at 92, so I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure when we start, we'll be at 100. So
excellent. So I was actually really excited when I heard about this information being shared tonight. It's going to be prior to our power presentation workshop session 4, right? But this individual right now has always poured back into the team. She's a boss lady in all regards. She's been someone that I've been able to witness and see grow on this journey. I met her before this and before we were a part of this program. But on this business venture, she's always been there for the team. She's always she has always remained true to having the vision of being loyal towards helping others, pouring into others, making sure that others can learn and grow and benefit on this journey as well. She's an executive sales director with this program. So what that means is she's been able to create a business that's generating a minimum of $50,000 every single month in business revenue. Now, for what this has meant in this young lady's life is that has meant whether she's in the hospital, whether she's giving birth to a child, whether she's breastfeeding, whether or not she's traveling, whether or not she's never missing an event, whether or not she's filling in last minute and helping to support even an event of mine in Spanish that has absolutely no gains to her growth in this business, but just off of the principle, she's also made herself pretty well known for being Jackie of all trades, right? So she's gotten her hands involved in quite a few things, always keeping the end goal in mind, but she's also developed a great skill set when it comes to boards. So tonight we get to hear from none other than Jackie of all trades, one of our executive sales director, a business partner, definitely a fellow boss lady, killing the game on her route and very close to hitting her target of vice president. I see her on the screen. Please give your undivided attention to none other than Jackie Garcia. Can you hear me?
Yes. How's everybody doing? Thank you, Myra. So real quick, I logged in with my phone as well. So if you guys don't mind making me a co-host with my phone so I could use my phone to share boards, it's going to be a lot easier. However, guys, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with boards, but it is a game changer. When a good friend of mine, our regional sales director, Yorica Marquez, shared boards with me on a tip, I ran with that and I started setting up my boards and I was like, oh my God, this is crazy because this is a combination of Trello and Wordboard. If you know of those two, this is something that is a combination of both. So now I'm able to utilize this off of my keyboard, or I can actually have it available on my computer. So it doesn't matter if you have an Android, it doesn't matter if you have an Apple iPhone. This is free and is available for both. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I am a co-host with my let's see here, with my phone.
You should be now. You should be.
Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna share my screen, guys, and then hold on one second. If you don't have boards, download it now. All you need is your email, and you can actually download it. So here I go. As you can see on top, it's BOARDS, okay? This is pretty much how my boards looks like, right? And I know that a lot of you guys have boards and have probably created a board for everything. You don't really need to create a board for everything. I actually shared God's purpose with the team and marketing content with the team. Anybody in the Latin community, I've also shared the boards in Spanish, Equipo en Español. And I have my own boards, Jackie of all trades, right? And then I have a couple of other boards. So I created one in the bottom. When you're gonna start with boards, right? And you are going to create one, you're gonna click on create board in the bottom, right here, like create board, and you're gonna name your board, okay, guys? When you name your board, let's say like I did over here with Relentless, I created a board for Relentless, right? You could click on the plus sign. The plus sign, you can add a folder, you can add texts, you can add YouTube videos, you can add your links onto your boards, you can also add images, and you can add PDF format, okay? I'm gonna actually show you how God's purpose looks like. This is the boards that I created, and these are folders. So I created folders, and inside of these folders, there's different scripts, there's different things. So I'm going to show you here, like when a new agent comes on board, I know to go to God's Purpose and click on the new agent welcome, and I'm going to send them that. This pretty much is going to send them to the uwelaunch.com, where our executive vice president, David Marquez, and Billy Scott have created some videos to help launch our new agents. So this is really simple, guys. Then I have our teams folder. Our teams folder has our weekly team trainings, okay? Every time, and I know you guys are probably confused and you're seeing it, right? But I'll show you how this works from your keyboard. It's super awesome to have available on your keyboard. But I have every training here for our morning grind, late night grind. I just send these out right away from my keyboard. Daily method of operation, guys. Lead generation, right? When you're going to do lead generation. Now, here I have, right? If your team is starting and you have new agents, they don't know who to follow on social media, right? So you want to copy the right cats. If you click on copy the right cats, there's a bunch of agents, leaders on here that have paved the way, and you want to start following them, right? So I've added a lot of them onto this folder here. Then you have different folders with like Eric Worre. I have Eric Worre down here, one-on-one. Anything with Eric Worre is in here. All of his trainings, all of his workbooks are in here, guys. I've put everything in here for you so you can have access to it. When you're gonna go speak to a customer, a potential customer, right, or an agent, you go to the folder that says credit agents or scripts, and you click on that. Here, you have folders inside of folders, okay? So you click on credit prospect. Here I have anything that has to do with your credit, your clients, potential clients. If somebody's asking you for information on credit repair, you're gonna go to credit, steps 1 through 5. And here you have your scripts from the beginning to the pretty much closing, okay? I will show you how this works, right? I just wanted to show you how I have organized it to where you don't have to have a bunch of boards with a bunch of things in it. You could have one board with a bunch of different folders with your actual scripts in there or any information you need, okay? Follow-ups. Let's say somebody, you want to do follow-ups. These are a bunch of follow-up scripts that you might, utilize. It's up to you which one you want to use. Every time somebody shares one, I add it in here, okay? So you can actually have it. When you want to upgrade a client to an agent, that script is right here, okay? Very easy. Everything is pretty much done for you. When you're making a post, when you're making that post that says who's been renting for 6 to 24 months, et cetera, right? And people ask you for information. Now you have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5 on how to answer these people in Messenger. So you go to step 1, and if hi beautiful, how are you? Thank you for requesting more information on my post. What portion do you need help with? Credit, loan approval, or realtor? This is an excellent way to answer them back, because a lot of times they'll tell you, I need help with all 3. I need help with the loan approval. I need help with a realtor. And now you know how to distinguish what you're going to do and say the next, right, to them. So I'm going to show you guys for agents. Here you have a whole bunch of stuff. I have Billy Scott video. Do you see how you can actually upload videos on here and actually send these out? And I'm going to show you how you send them out in a second, okay? But I want you guys to see, I have given access to everybody. If you don't have access to the boards, I will share it on the group chat, on the chat in a little bit, so you can actually get on these boards. You'll have access to these boards. Sable card. Here is all the scripts you need for when you're going to post about a Sable credit card and how do you speak to these people, okay? Call to action posts. We have all these call to action posts that our regional vice president shared with us, right, Sautero? I put them all here. This is all call to action posts under the Sable card, okay? Now I'm gonna get out of our God's Purpose and I'm gonna show you marketing content. Okay, this is pretty awesome. If you're looking for the birthday message, it's right here. The birthday discount, you have the coupon right here. You have the actual script right there, right? Now, if you don't know what to post, right, on a daily basis, you don't know what to post. Here I have 120 days of posting. If you click on that, now I have folders inside of folders, okay? And now 1 through 10, if you go through that, it'll tell you, you know, let's say I want to post this. If your credit score is, you know, blah, 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 right? Now, how about if I want to share a tip, credit tip? If it's Tuesday, I could change that to Thursday, from Thursday to Tuesday. You click on the little pencil sign up here and you could change that, right? But when I share my boards with you guys, you have to now create a board and transfer the information over, okay? Because you won't be able to modify mine unless I allow you to. Now, these are so many different things. Like yesterday, they shared this. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grow up? I added that on my boards. Why? Because this is something that you can actually post anytime. These are different call to action posts, engagement postings. I mean, it's awesome. Now, if you want to know how do we get different posts for like houses, right? People that share, you know, they buy houses. You go to testimonials and you go to testimonials 1 through 10, 11 through 20, 21 through 30. If you go here, I have the picture with the story, okay? The picture with the story. So now you know what goes with what. All right, guys, and we have amazing testimonial stories here. You now cannot run out of, you know, things to post. All right, I'm gonna show you how it actually looks. Yes, we have credit 101. We have credit tips here as well, a whole bunch of them. Now I'm gonna show you how it works. So I'm gonna go to Messenger and I'm gonna go to, let me look for Carlos. Okay, Carlos. So right now, Carlos, let's say he asks me for information or I want to share something with him. I'm going to go to the comments in the bottom and I'm going to hit the little world in the bottom till I get my boards. Once I get my boards, here I go. So I have here God's purpose. So I'm going to go to God's purpose and I'm going to go to credit agent and I'm going to go right back to that folder where I told you steps 1 through 5 or 6. And I'm going to click on that. However, I'm going to change it from Friday. I'm going to put Tuesday. Okay, and it's very simple, guys. You can do this too. And I'm gonna send it. All right, boom. That's how easy it is. You have it available on your fingertips. Okay, now, absolutely, you all can get access to these boards. It has everything already in there for you, guys. It's already there. Okay, he answered me back. Now I'm gonna go back to boards and I'm going to hit the second step. And I'm just going to send that. Now, what did I send him? This is what I sent him. Awesome. I actually have a promotion going on and I only have a couple of vouchers available at this time. So whatever, you know, what is your credit score? What is affecting you? What are your goals? Blah, 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 blah. Right? So that's how simple as it is. Now, if I want to go to Facebook, right, and I want to post something real quick, like a testimonial, the houses, I'm going to go to the comments. I'm going to click on the comment. I'm going to click on the little world in the bottom. I'm going to go to the marketing testimonials and I'm going to pick a testimonial. I'm going to click on the picture. I clicked on copy. I'm going to go right back on top. I'm going to hit paste. Then I'm going to go to the testimonial and I'm going to make sure it looks good. And I'm going to post it, guys. Boom. I just posted a quick testimonial. That's as easy as it can be. Okay, guys? So you have a bunch of testimonials on there for you to utilize. There you go. See? So you cannot get lost on how things go. Now, how you move up my boards to yours, I'm going to show you real quick, guys, and then I'm done. Okay, I'm not going to take too much of your time. But down here, I created a quick relentless board. So I'm going to go to God's purpose. I'm going to go to the 3 little dots on top, and I'm going to select keys. And I'm going to select whatever I want to select here. Okay, I'm going to select it all. Right? If you want to select it all, you're going to go copy. I'm going to go copy because I don't want to click on move it all and then I don't have anything there. So I'm going to go to relentless and you see how it says in the bottom, paste here. I'm going to paste it and that's it. Now it's there. If you go to relentless, it's there. All my boards are there. Now you can actually modify my boards. Now you can actually customize it, add whatever you want to it, etc., etc. When you want to invite other people to these boards, you click on the little person on top with the plus sign, and you click on copy the link. And now I'm going to, share it. I'm gonna share it with you guys, but that's how you would share it with someone. Or you can add via email. You can add the person's email and they're gonna get an invite to your boards, okay? Same thing with the Spanish one. The Spanish one, I have everything from step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, et cetera, et cetera. My boards, I have a little bit different. I have a bunch of stuff here that's mine, like let's say my customized flyers. If I want something that I want to post, I have them all here. Guys, you want to make sure you keep your pictures in these boards because you don't have to go through your gallery and start searching for stuff that you don't actually have or can't find, right? So that's my time. If you have any questions, guys, just reach out and I'll be more than glad. Now I'm going to share it onto the chat right now, my boards, so you guys can have it, okay? That's my time. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for that, Jackie. I know the chat had questions and the team was like, wait, what is this? What's going on? Oh my God, hold up, just relax. It will come, it shall come. I went ahead and I got excited. I shared the link for boards, but I know what she's gonna share now is more current and allowing that modification thing, just so you're not necessarily posting like if you're Jackie or, someone else, right? You wanna keep it relative to your gender, right? And you wanna keep it relative to you and your post, your links and your contact number too. But thank you for that. I know that in this industry, we always look to be more effective with our time. So that's definitely a gem. I really appreciate you sharing that. I want to thank you on behalf of the entire team. And thank you for sharing that in the chat as well. Now, class will continue in session. We're going to actually move on to a gentleman that was mentioned already, gentleman that actually introduced Jackie to this opportunity, and someone who I personally thank as many times as he'll let me, for pouring into me, for being such a leader on this team, for being so amazing as a God-fearing man, a husband, a father, a really great friend, an amazing business partner, a leader's leader, and a professional in all accounts when it comes to this industry. He has invested time, he has invested money, and he has always put forth the effort to make sure that he's blessing anyone in his circle. Again, I'm thankful for him. I know a whole lot of individuals in the team are grateful for what he's done contribution-wise. So let's all give our undivided attention to none other than our Executive Vice President, Mr. David Marquez. I see him on the screen, boss. You got it.
Yes, can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right. Well, thank you, Myra, obviously for doing what you do every single week, keeping us hyped. Starting off with the music, you had me pumped up. Also want to give it back to Jackie. Drop some fire in the chat, right? If you felt that was valuable information, right? I keep learning more and more every time. And it's crazy how we all feed off of each other and just make things better, right? So again, huge shout out, Jackie, you did phenomenal. And it's funny because this is week 4 of Power Presentation Workshop. And that's actually what we're going to talk about. The skills presentation, how to come up with skills like Jackie just did on boards and was able to go out there and teach you. It's still a presentation. You still have to go out there and speak in front of people. Right? So I'm going to jump straight into it, guys, for time's sake. Obviously, we want to go straight into the training. And so if you could, Myra or Jackie, let me know, please, if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So let me go ahead and make sure the caption is on for those that are hearing impaired. So we're going to go, this is week 4, right? Skills training. But first, before we get into that, I want to kind of recap what we went over for not just those that, need that recap, but for those new agents that may have missed weeks 1, 2, and 3, right? So this is the 5-week calendar run that we're doing. And we decided to do these 5 presentations and cover it one each week, right? So week 1, we did your story. Week 2, we did the perfect opportunity presentation. And then week 3, which we did last week, we actually did getting started, which was onboarding and launch, right? And so for week 4, we got skills training. So we got one more week left, which is obviously signature talk, right? And that's my personal favorite. So by the end of next week, if you plugged in and been doing the assignments and challenges, you guys are going to be on your way to crushing it in this industry. So week 4, skills training, right? This is the objective. The main goal is to create more freedom and duplication in your business, right? So you need to embrace that by training your team, right? We say a well-trained team is a well-paid team. So what better way than to teach your team how to train, right? So These are a list of skills. Now, these aren't all the skills. These are just some of the main important skills that you can train on. And you'll see, if you ever watch Millionaire Mindset or VP University or the Alliance on Sunday night, or even tonight on Team Relentless, when we do our trainings every single Monday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, all we're doing is doing a skill training. We're teaching you on some type of skill, some type of fundamental to help you succeed in this business. And so you got finding prospects, right? How to invite prospects, how to present your product, right? How to follow up, closing techniques. You guys heard Bruce Lee Rochester, right? He did an amazing job going over closing techniques, right? Getting people started. We went over that last week. Promoting events. That's one of the biggest things, right? You have to be a promoter, right? And I learned the people that can get butts in seats are the people that win the biggest, right? And then last but not least, leadership training, right? How to be a leader. And so why is this all important? One, it builds confidence to you as a speaker, creates action. You get more presentations done. You're duplicating faster. It's creating more momentum, and you're instilling passion and creating independence within your team. And then last but not least, it promotes growth, right? And so the payoff, I tell everybody, what is so important about it? What is the payoff? Well, when you become a world-class presenter, you don't have to worry about money for the rest of your life, right? You get paid to speak on stages. I know a lot of people would go and pay just to speak on stage to advertise their product or themselves. But once you're a world-class presenter, no, you get paid to go out there and speak. And then whatever you drop, whether it's a book or a product that you have, people will buy from you, right? And so also it gives people structure, guidance, and mentorship. And then again, we always go back to the system, which is an acronym for Save Yourself Time, Energy, and Money. And then last but not least on this one, debate as far as the payoff, it's leadership development, right? $1 million earners have an average of 25 presenters in the organization. So what better way than to teach your team how to be presenters, right? And teaching skills. And so number 4, we talk about the process, right? It starts with you. You got to take inventory. If you don't have a team, that's okay. But if you do, take inventory, see who wants to present with you, right? Work with the willing, have group dynamics, and offer recognition. Again, people would die for recognition and rewards. Just to also let you guys know, we are going to have a family fun day after this. And typically we do it right after the 4 or 5 week calendar month, that first Sunday. But because we're going to be doing rewards and recognition for all the promotions that are going to drop, over this last 5 weeks, we decided to wait 1 more week so that those actual titles update and we can go ahead and recognize those people. So that's going to be huge. And then repeating it over and over again, right? So as far as the skills that I want to teach today, right, to kind of show you guys how a skills training is put together. Jackie did phenomenal again, but I just wanted to let you guys know one of the most important skills that helped me in this business and helped a lot of people is the art of form, right? How to actually form somebody. And so all form is really building rapport, right? If you are an introvert, right? Or if you really don't like to just have a casual conversation with somebody, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat, right? And Myra, if you don't mind, I think we got a couple people, or if we can get some of those lines muted, right? Okay, so I see.
David, you have to unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you. So yeah, I seen Dr. Arnold Bogarty on there put no, obviously he is the first one to start talking like he just did right now, right? So if you are an introvert, and I see a lot of people drop 1s in the chat, you got to understand there's a way out of that. I remember me, I did not like to talk to people. So I went and got a job in the mall so that I can go out there and break the ice, right? There's a joke that says, how much does an elephant weigh, right? Enough to break the ice, right? That's something corny and cheesy, but guess what? It gets you talking to people. And so what I learned to do is I got a job working at T-Mobile in the middle of the mall, and I would just hear from other reps, talk to people. And eventually I got comfortable. So if you are that one that is an introvert, right? Look at this system right here that we got called form, because it's going to teach you how to do it properly. And then eventually you won't even need it. It'll just come natural, right? I tell everybody, you can't out-friend me because I did this so much. Now it just comes natural, right? And so what is form? Form is from, right? Or family. Always occupation, right? What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? I ask the people. And then recreation, right? What do you do for fun, right? And then M is the message, the money or motivation, right? However you want to look at it, it's basically everything that you gathered from that conversation to turn it around and use this simple formula right here. And it says, look, awesome. So if I could show you a way that you can do more of this, right? And not have to do that, would you be interested in hearing about it? So I'm going to show you guys how it goes down. We're going to practice it. You're going to hear me practice it. But before we do that, I want to let you know, before you form people, right? Before you actually start talking to people. Now, here's what I loved about form. You can, if you felt like you completely exhausted your contacts, go ahead and drop a 1 in the chat, right? If you felt like you've gone through your contacts already and you don't have any more leads. Now, here's the funny part about form. If you're forming 3 people a day, you'll never run out of leads, because that's how I get leads. I'll be at the gas station and naturally have a conversation with somebody, but I always like to start first with a compliment, right? And so always compliment them, right? You could say, hey man, that's a nice car, right? If Arnold's next to me and I'm pumping gas in my Mercedes and he's in his Porsche, I'm gonna be like, man, I was thinking of getting that Porsche, you know, and I'll compliment that, right? And then I'll start the conversation. Now here's a tip, right? For gentlemen, if you're complimenting a lady on her shoes, right? You don't want to come off as a creep, right? So what do? You can say, hey, those are some nice shoes. I was actually thinking of getting my wife a pair of those, right? So start with a compliment, and then you can go into asking them where they're from, right? Now, if you don't know the person, you're not going to ask them about their family, right? It's just weird. But if you do know them, you can. You don't need to ask them where they're from because you know them already. So you can simply say, hey, man, how's the family doing, right? And if you don't, then you're going to ask them after you compliment them. You say, hey, man, you look like a sharp individual. Where are you from? Awesome. You got family there, family here, right? And you kind of build rapport with them. Then you're going to go to occupation, right? You're going to transition. I like to say, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a living, right? And they'll tell me, you know, whatever it is, construction, IT, security officer, whatever it is. I'm always going to ask these, and take notes, guys. Again, this is class in session. If you really want to be successful at this, you're going to want to write this down. When you ask somebody, what do they do for a living? You want to ask 2 things. What do they like most about it? And once they tell you, I love helping people, I love the money, I love, you know, traveling, whatever it is, you're going to remember that. But then you're going to ask them, look, I know there's always good with the bad, right? Pros and cons. What do you like least about it? This is key. This is really important, guys, because remember, in week 1, we talked about your story, which was where you from, your background, right? Right? Your background. Number 2 was what you didn't like about it. If you notice, you're actually getting that from them up front. So I said, what do you like least about it? And then, of course, once you gather that information, you can go on to the next, right? Recreation. What do you do for fun? Right? So I typically say, so aside from work, what do you like to do when you're not working? And then if they say, man, I don't have time for nothing because I'm always working. I've had people say that too. I said, well, look, if your bills were paid for and you had the time, what would you spend time doing? And if they say, you know, kayaking, going fishing, you know, spending time with my kids, being a gym junkie, right? It's all good stuff. Whatever they say, just remember that, because now you can deliver the message or the money or the motivation, however you want to look at it. And then this is when you can use this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this as an example on, I guess we'll do it with Myra, because I know Arnold, Dr. Arnold Bogarty is there, but, you know, let me go ahead and Myra, if you don't mind, you know, I'd like to practice, you know, kind of do this with you so people can see how we do it effectively. All right.
You got it.
Awesome. So those are some nice shoes. I was actually thinking of getting my wife a pair for Christmas, right? So if you don't mind, you look pretty sharp. Where you from?
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, I live in Tampa.
Tampa. Okay. Are you originally from Tampa, or you got?
No, well, I moved down originally from New York, but I've been here since 2004. I don't like the cold, so I'm here.
Oh, me neither. I've been here forever. I loved it. Once I got to the beach and I saw it, I never moved. So, but aside from that, what do you do for work, if you don't mind me asking?
I work at a clinic. I help children with epilepsy. We figure out what medications help with their treatment plans. So
Wow,
kind of cool.
that's awesome. How long you been doing that?
I've been doing it for 15 years.
Wow. 15 years. Well, they say you're an expert if you've been doing something 10 years or more. So you obviously love what you do. What do you love most about it?
Well, no, what I love the most about it is being involved in the patient care and to know that the work I do today, it's going to live forever. It's going to outlive me. So.
Oh, that's awesome. I could definitely respect that. Now, there's always good with the bad, right? Obviously, pros and cons. So what do you like least about it?
Well, what I like least about it is that unless I got an MD or APRN or a couple of other initials behind my name and go back to college,
Yeah.
I've maxed out my income. So, that's one thing. And also just, I've maxed out what I'm going to make. So I'm always working long and hard hours.
Oh, wow. I could definitely relate. I used to be that way. So aside from work, what do you do for fun? What do you enjoy doing?
I love to dance. I love to mix and mingle. I love meeting people and just traveling. Oh my gosh. I love looking forward to where my next flight is going to be.
Nice. Yeah, I used to DJ for 13 years. I love that too. I was looking for a change and I found it. So, well, anyhow, I got to get going. Obviously, I got to go now, but pick up the kids. But if I could show you a way that you could actually spend more time traveling, still leaving a major impact, but not have to limit, your income, would you be interested in wanting to learn more about it?
Heck yeah, I could do more traveling. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, I got to go. Are you on social media? And
yeah,
bam,
absolutely.
Awesome. So guys, let me tell you why I developed the habit of asking them about social media and getting them that way. I'm a blue, right? And you guys will see at the end what a blue is. And blues tend to be forgetful. So I may forget Myra's name in my phone and that I got it. And guess what? I won't ever call her again because I won't ever know to look in my phone book. But if I got her on social media or Facebook, what's going to happen is she's going to see me posting, right? Maybe I'm traveling somewhere and she may reach out to me in case I forget. Or if she puts a post, I'll remember her. And then I can reach out and send her an invite. See, you got to remember, form is a technique to build rapport, find out somebody's story before they tell you it, and leverage that to give them an effective message, right? And so again, use this, take a screenshot of this where it says, so if I could show you a way that you could do more of, and what I did was just throw in there what she talked about. She wanted to leave a legacy that outlives her, right? So I said, if I could show you a way that you can still leave that legacy and impact people, but not have to, where she told me she didn't like the fact she was limited without having these abbreviations after her name and going to school for it and be able to travel more. I was listening for that. And I said, would you be interested in wanting to learn more about it or hearing about it? I didn't mention anything about credit. I didn't mention anything about, opportunity or anything that would get them red flags, right? And so I want everybody to try this. This is something that everybody should learn and master. I promise you, this is probably one of the best skills that I was taught and became, wanted to perfect it to the point where now we do it all the time. So at this time, this is typically where most people drop off because they don't want to participate in this. And that's cool if you don't, but I'm going to tell you this, for those that do, that those that want to master and become great in your craft, what better way than to do it with your fellow colleagues, right? So we're going to spend not too long, probably about 10 minutes or so. And I want everybody, we're going to go into a breakout session. So Arnold, I don't know if you can control it to put us in the breakout session rooms. I see we got 113, 12 now. See, we have 5 people drop off. But if we can break it up into breakout sessions, I guess 4 people. There we go. Hey, we back. People coming in. How was your breakout session rooms? It was good. I see everyone got his thumbs up. All right. All right. You guys killed it. Okay. We had a good one too. I know we did good. Typically, I hear. I know X ain't on here because he swears he always got the best room in here.
So my room rocked, but I feel
Okay.
bad. One of our participants was cut off. Margarita me la debe. We
Oh.
continued, but we had some great examples. And what was really neat is that she was super excited to hop on in and just take it away. So I had a session with Chad and
Okay.
Jennifer, Margarita, and Ingrid. So, and they rocked. They rocked.
Okay. Nice. So we did, let me see. I love it. The more we do it, the better. Okay, cool. Jasmine said it. So, you know, it's true. This is why we do it. We get better and better every time. And then you get that constructive, positive feedback. And so, you know, for time's sake, obviously we're going to be able to get it. You know, we're going to be able to have fun and do it more. I just wanted to make sure everybody got to try it. And so again, let me share my screen with you guys so you know. Let me see here. Boom. Tell me, Myra, you're able to see it, right?
Yes.
All right. So really forming, if I go back to it right here, I noticed a lot of people when they get here, they're not really asking, you know, you remember people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it's so true when it comes to this. Like, don't just try to form them to get your contact, you know, form them to see if this is like, if this is really going to help them out. You know, if I talk to somebody and they tell me they love what they do and they tell me there's nothing they don't like about it, I'm gonna say you're successful. Congratulations, right? I'm not gonna sit here and spend time with somebody that, and so you gotta ask them questions. And then I always see people, you know, we had a couple people that mentioned opportunity. You know, remember when you mention the words opportunity, money, seminar, meeting, those are red flags. That's like, type in the chat, if I told you the word pit bull, what comes to mind, right? Put on there, put in the chat. I want to see what comes to mind if I tell you the word pit bull. Jackie said teeth, attack. Oh my God, somebody said Cuba, Mr. 305. Look, the singer, the dog. Look at all the different answers we have that come up. Isn't that crazy? Just saying the word pit bull. Now, it's based off of the experience, right? Someone said lockjaw. I'd hate to see that. I would hate to ask him his experience, right? So knowing that, that's what happens when you mention the words opportunity, meeting, seminar. What happens is it raised red flags if that person had a bad opportunity or a bad experience. And so instead of, you know, having them raise their, you know, flags from the beginning, it's best to stay away from those type of words. So instead of saying that, that's why I told everybody to take a screenshot of this, because instead of saying an opportunity, you could say, if I could show you a way that you can, you know, do this more and not that, would you be interested in learning more about it? And then another thing I noticed a lot of people saying, do you have time to tell me now? Guys, always act with urgency. See, if you say, look, I don't have time right now, or if you're at a bar or a restaurant, it's a perfect say, now's not the time. But let's connect and we can get together in a couple of days. So always be in a hurry, urgent, and that way they can't stop you and stun you to make you trip over yourself and tell them what it is, right? So hopefully you guys found that effective. I'm gonna go ahead and show you one last thing before we close out tonight. Another skill training we do is inviting with purpose, right? And edification is another one. For those that don't know, edifying, you can see it on the onboarding and launch videos. We have actually corporate is coming up with the UWE app, 3-minute, 5-minute videos that are going to teach all of these trainings, skills trainings for you guys. And so you definitely want to learn how to edify. That's a skill training that you want to be able to master. And then, you know, this is the colors I was telling you about. You guys want to learn what color are you, because this is going to be resourceful when you're forming somebody. Somebody, like we had 2 people that said they love to make money. We had a couple people that love to help people. Well, the people that love to make money, you can see here, they're red. But the people that love to help people, they're yellow. Reds and yellows bump heads a lot. Why? Because reds tend to be self-motivated, self-driven. but they are kind of egotistical, right? They're good leaders because they always want to be first. A yellow doesn't care about that. A yellow will want to be, put themselves last and others before them. And same thing with blues. I told you I was going to talk about this. I'm a blue, right? I am the life of the party, probably why I was a DJ. I enjoy meeting new people. It's probably why I say you can't out-friend me. And I'm also, bad tendencies for blue is they're very disorganized, right? And the opposite of a blue would be a green. A green is someone who is not disorganized. They're very organized. If you invite a blue, you got to invite them 2 hours earlier just so they can get there on time. But if you invite a green, they're going to be there 15 minutes earlier. They're going to ask what to bring and all of that. And so you need to know this, because the worst thing you can do is bring somebody who's very sensitive, very emotional, who's a yellow that, doesn't care about the R&R Club and the Mercedes-Benz, and then you put them in front of somebody, that is the exact opposite. Now they're not even going to listen to the information because of that. So one way you can find out by taking this test, when you form people, you'll get to know that person's color. If I come to you and we have a meeting at 2 o'clock and I show up at 2:30, right? Chances are I'm probably a blue, right? Unless something really happens. So this is an assignment I want everybody to do. If you haven't already done it, take this personality test. This is the website for it. You can even Google Marquez personality test, because I really think it's crucial to not only learn it, but to send it to your leader or your upline or your mentor coach so that they know how to work with you. And at the same time, post this in the, on Messenger, on the band, or on the Relentless Facebook group. And the reason why I say that is because then that way, as we learn your story and we learn your colors, we're literally all the colors. You want to be like a chameleon because you want to be able to adapt to the people that you're talking to. If I'm talking to a yellow, I'm not going to mention about the R&R. I'm going to talk to them about the YFL. I'm going to mention how we helped the kids and we went from $2 to $9. And now we gave away $600,000 this past year. And this year we're planning to give over $1 million, right? That's the stuff that you want to do. So this is an assignment for you guys. And always book a meeting from a meeting. This is even when we form people. You book a meeting from a meeting when you get that social media, when you get their Facebook, I'm going to say, look, I'm going to follow up with you in 2 days. And so what do we mean by that? We're going to book a meeting from a meeting right now, right? So everyone that's local, obviously we'll see you tomorrow at our Glory Days local PBR. But for everyone that is not local, we're going to see everybody again next Tuesday as we're going to close out this power presentation workshop with my favorite, the signature talk. So I don't know if Dr. Arnold Bogarty has it in him to say a couple of words, or if Myra wants to jump on and share the information again with the Family Fun Day. But guys, that's my time for the night. And we finished, it's 10:10. So obviously it was productive. So God bless everybody. And Myra, I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to you.
Excellent. Thank you so very much. We really, really appreciate it. I mean, if Arnold is going to talk over me like sometimes he does, then he can, but I can relieve him of that, of course, just because, him recovering 100% is always the most and utmost importance to all of us, right? So definitely get your voice back so you can do all that singing. Psych, don't sing. But we love you. But in closing tonight, team, listen, it was an excellent exercise. One of the things that came back in the group that I think is hopefully just food for thought for all of you is, if you are those introverted people, if you are that type of introvert, I'm not, obviously I'm in alignment with David. I'm very blue, if you all didn't know that already. But even if you start out with getting comfortable with complimenting someone, even if you're not going to do a full out form session, you are exercising the muscle of stepping into your out of your comfort zone. You'd be shocked at how many people will receive that and be so grateful for a compliment. And that could be the very first thing. Don't overthink it. Understand that even if you say to someone, hey, you have a nice smile, that could truly open doors. And this industry, this profession really has to do with all of the relationships you're able to build as we see and as we continue to learn. So mark the calendar. As David mentioned earlier, we are going to have our Sunday Family Fun Day on the 27th of March. And the focus to that will be to celebrate all of those titles. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area or surrounding, if you've been to them before, you already know it's not just the hype. We love to be able to share these experiences with our overall team, our family. And it'll be so cool to get rewarded, recognized for your accomplishments. So again, that'll be 3/27. A flyer will follow and the details specifically on where it is. In the meantime, mark your calendar. But it looks like I see Arnold on the screen. Are you going to go ahead and talk? Thumbs up, yes or no?
Yeah. So I'll try and get a few words out. First of all, David, amazing job doing the training tonight. I learned a lot, Jackie. Wow. I just downloaded boards and I can't wait to pick your brain about that. That's amazing. But no, guys, I just want to know, make sure everybody's taking advantage of the daily presentations that we have going on. And Myra can speak more to that because my voice is killing me, but also Book South Carolina as well. We're going to bring Myra back on.
Excellent. Look at that. Leadership at its finest, even when it's at self-sacrifice, right? So thank you, Arnold, for those reminders. Definitely taking advantage of powerofcredit.net. It is present in our band between now and April 16th. We have English presentations done at 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9, Monday through Friday, 1, 3, 6, and 9 on Saturdays, and at 6 p.m. on Sundays. And in Spanish, El Poder del Crédito, from Monday through Friday, 1, 3, 6, well, actually Monday, Tuesdays, 1, 3, 6, 8, and 9. Then Wednesday through Friday, 1, 3, 6, and 9. And on Saturdays at 6 p.m. They're all on the band. If you need to be connected or find a calendar, ask your leader, ask your upline, ask your mentor, ask someone on the team to plug you in. And as far as South Carolina, Greenville, listen, we cut the learning curve down drastically when we attend our events. We have the next major event that will be held in Greenville, South Carolina. It's going to be on Saturday, April 2nd. Get registered, get plugged in, get connected. It'll be an opportunity overview to start off the event. Next, it'll be an entire day of training from the top leaders in our company. You want to make sure you plug in. You want to make sure that you get there, and as well taking advantage of our local events. So anyone local to Tampa, I will see you all at our Glory Days tomorrow, Wednesday. This training will be shared, but I think I've covered all bases. David, thank you again so much. Phenomenal training. Jackie, thank you again so much. We're going to have to connect and make sure we handle the Spanish boards, make sure we get everything on there proper, correct, and current. Thank you all. And give yourselves a round of applause for plugging in and staying connected, right? There's 84 of us that are still committed to their decision. God bless each one of you. Let's take this to the top. I'll see you all on the next training, guys. Take care, everyone. God bless.
Good night, everybody.